Okay, step one for getting these panels put back in place. Now that the prep work is mostly done, I mean it's obviously a lot of painting and stuff like that to be done in here before the panels go in. 'Cause I want to paint the inside of the frames, all that stuff. But all the metal work is for the most part done. Fixed the wheel well over here. I'm not going to show you, but this wheel well is fixed. That one really wasn't ever a problem. This thing now should fit up in here. It's not going to quite fit because it's not going to fit in between the wheel wells, and I think I'm going to have to, come up and split it along the rail so I can pinch this thing together. Essentially, come in here and be able to pinch it together to be able to drop down into the wheel well area, because you get the wheel well and then it tucks in. So, kind of a pain. Now, this panel was completely part and all put together with, this panel, right? This is now 3 pieces also. The drop off on either side and the rail on the back here. That's just sitting there, obviously not put in. They were all together, one big huge panel, which you're like, oh crap, there's no way to get that in, and there isn't. But I'm still very glad that I got that total panel, because I was able to take it apart. And while there's always some kind of problems with fitting reproduction pieces into a car, and there might be with this also, but those pieces will all go together. They were once all together. So what I did is I broke the spot welds, which are literally spot welds in here, 1/8" drill bit, drilled it out. So I come in here and did that, separated it. You see how clean it is. I really did a good, it came apart nice, and I did a good job there. Came back, and anywhere where it was bent up a little bit, like these tabs and stuff, got the hammer dolly, and I got that kind of straightened it back out, and then took the grinder. I mean, this is my deal right here, boy. I use that thing all the time. But did that on all these edges and kind of prepping it for going back together. So I'll weld through primer in here. Let's see. We'll pull this over. You kind of see this side of it too. Same thing. So those pieces that are in the trunk there, they lay back over this, so it comes into the backside and into the trunk. The gas tank is right in here, so lay over that. But I'll come back in here and weld through primer. It's pretty cool, because where the little spots are when you first start grinding, if you didn't do good hammer dolly work, it would leave a little bit of the black E-coat around it. You're like, oh, okay, cool. So you don't want to like grind the metal away, right? I just wanted to make the E-coat go away and clean up any little sharp bits from drilling. So it let me know if I could see a little bit, say I find something. Well, you can see it a little bit like right there. See where there's a little bit of E-coat or on the side? I could probably technically come in here on the bottom side and hammer dolly that up a little bit. It's not a big deal. That's very, very small. But that's what I'm talking about. It kind of has a telltale sign, and you can stop, do a little hammer work, and then hit it again, and then you're like, cool, now I know I have it straight, because you were able to take the E-coat off. But this is good. I'll hit a little weld through primer on this before it goes back together, both sides. But it's all nice and straight and hammer dolly work. And the cool thing is, I know that those pieces over there in the car are going to fit. I don't know how well it's going to fit in the car. That's one thing to be determined. But it's going to fit this, because this was once all together. So I'm highly happy with my decision, as big a pain in the butt it is, to get one entire piece and then take it apart versus getting multiple pieces. And it might even be cheaper. I don't even know if it's cheaper to get multiple pieces or not, but definitely if it's even questionable, which at first, like I said, I hadn't been planning on replacing this stuff. I thought it was just, I got to do a little bit of repair work right here in the middle or something. Nah, everything had a problem, so that's why it had to come out. Some things were okay, some things were terrible. I tell you what's terrible, the dog eating a welding glove. Hey, Elias, leave it, don't eat gloves. Don't, that's what retarded dogs do. Okay, anyways, good decision to do all that. So now we're gonna start fitting. I just wanna get everything to sit in place, right? I gotta do some more cleanup work on the back side to get that to fit right. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to get this in there, make this split on one side or the other, and I'm gonna measure it so it lays right on the rail, so that when it goes back, when it gets in place and opens back up, it should be a simple seam just to kind of stitch up on the rail itself, and you know, plug weld and Bob's your uncle. Okay, so I came back, I put this piece of put a little silver paint on here just so I could scratch a mark into it right there and right here. And you can see that's at an angle, right? That's intentional because I came from this point over 4 1/4, and I want to have my cut right on this line. And this point over 4 3/4. And the reason it's at an angle like that is because you can kind of see where this from this point over, roughly the middle of the frame here is the 4 3/4, and then from there to there in the middle is about 4 1/4. And so that 9 inches is overlapping and coming to, you know, roughly in here. I don't, if I need to go further, I can, but I'm gonna try to squeeze it in there. I'm not even test fitting right now without putting this relief cut in it. The idea is I'm gonna cut right on this edge, right? And then I can squeeze this, I can have this come overlap this panel, and it'll just shorten up this entire distance. Hopefully by the time I get out to this point, that'll be enough where you can jam it in place, right? But it's just gonna be too tight up here by that cross member and stuff, or it's just gonna be too tight to get it in there. I've done enough of this to know that I have to have that relief cut. Hey, if I didn't have a frame there, I could pull it in and it would be fine, but I do. You know, definitely not taking the frame out. So we're gonna put this relief cut in it, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, so I cut right on a piece of tape, and the tape is nice to just keep that in place because, you know, as I get into the car, I can't really do it one-handed, but you can even see now, just picking that up, it's already giving me some relief, right? And I can twist over into that, get it popped down in place, it opens back up, pull the tape off, plug weld, and stitch weld right across this relief cut. If I have to take more after doing some test fitting, I'll leave the tape in place. I can still do more because it is still pretty tight, you know. But I think this will work, and this should help getting this in place. I obviously don't want to cut this all the way off, but I think this will help me. We'll see. Again, super amateur dude, just trying to figure some stuff out here. Okay, not only did that worked beautifully. I mean, my cut, and you see it's actually off the frame, but it needs to get a little tighter there, and the whole thing needs to twist a little bit in place, but I can fit it. It's sitting in place. I mean, honestly, this freaking frame over here is so loosey-goosey right now. I mean, the damn thing's almost falling out. The only thing holding it in is the torque box. I've done a terrible job on bracing things, to be honest, but I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out, but this whole thing needs to come up a good, decent little amount, you know what I mean? But it's sitting kind of cockeyed right now, but it's going to be right. So I'm going to start to screw around putting these pieces back in place. Let this sit there right now. The plan is just to kind of dry fit and see everything in place. Probably even go ahead and drop the floor in there eventually too, but this stuff has to get put in really first, because it's connecting to the back side here. But this is all cleaned up except for over here. Got a little cleanup work right over here. So I'm gonna do that here in just a couple of minutes. This was the only bad part of this frame was right in here where I actually have the holes. It's probably a better way to repair it. This is me, I don't know, probably doing the wrong thing, but I had added the piece in. It's a U-shape going up around the frame here. It's strong again. I went way beyond to good metal on this end and on this end. So the rust is right in the middle, and I really didn't do anything with the rust other than leave it there. But I put frame around the frame. I don't know. Hopefully that's good. It's the kind of thing, if it's not, honestly, that could be changed and repaired after the fact. I could do it in 10 years if I needed to make a change there. I actually think it'll be all right though. When I go to putting this stuff in, I see a piece of jagged metal right here I gotta fix. When I go to putting this stuff in, obviously this is getting replaced, the outside quarter, or at least a piece of it. Same with this side. I'm not gonna actually attach the wheel wells or the quarter panels right now. I'm more concerned about getting it attached here at the back, because that's super important, because I can tighten the frame back up and I'll be straight then. Once I get the frame back in place and not moving around, I'll be super pumped at that point. But right now it sucks, and I'm definitely concerned about what I've done. I think it'll be okay in the end. I can pull measurements again. I mean, I know what the thing should be. Car's not moving from the spot. Everything got wonky because I had to pull the tire off of this side. You know, I got it supported over here, the car, but I had to because I had so much wheel well stuff to fix up in here, you know, and it's all nice and clean up in there now and new metal in place, but this wheel well was kind of crummy, you know, but at least I've got that fixed now, and I think I can be able to pull these things together. It looks like it'll pull together all right, so I think this will all work out really well, and I'll be able to stitch everything back together. That's the plan. So I'll bring you back when I get some more stuff in place. Okay, kind of a red letter day for me here, or I don't know, whatever, a red letter moment, we don't even call it a day. But I've had this bits and pieces in before, but check this out. It's the floor pan. We've seen this, I've had it sitting in place before, right? Sitting in place. Well, let's just soak in the beauty. Now it's sitting really nice. It wasn't sitting over there, not good like that before, but oh boy. Look at it sitting up against the transition pan. Oh yeah, oh yeah, sitting pretty good right here, you know, up in the corner over here, tight against the rocker. See it? Nice, right? I mean, I got some gap in here, but you know, a little bit of twisting and banging around. That's pretty daggone close. Look here. Oh, look there. There's a pretty boxer baby. But transition pan on the back side. Got these in place. I've got the rear support just in place with a couple clamps. I know it's pretty close to lining up. I mean, I can see it lining up here with factory holes. Again, that's why I hate to replace things like that, because I know this was original, and you know, now I can line this stuff kind of back up. It's really close. You know, the bumper support area. Just a little bit of push in, this, that, and the other, but tight around the wheel well there. It's a little bit off right in here. See that hole? I feel like this should be getting back further, but it's kind of tight. So I don't know where that hole and how the hole came from. I'm going to pull some diagonal on this opening in a little while. It's not like I could measure it before. Even with the old gas tank, it was just completely rotten. None of this was even here before. I didn't even realize there was this much structure until I saw this piece. So, you know, it's crazy how much was actually gone from the original. It was really, really gone, but I'll obviously get this square before I'm happy. I know it's got to get a little tighter over in here, tighter to the wheel well. You know, that's got to get down and in place, but it's close, right? Everything is close. I can move everything in place and by hand get it there. Happy with my wheel well repairs. That's working out. I got that piece in there. That plan's working out. You know, I lost all the support when I pulled the wheel off because I kept this axle in place, but I just dropped the jack back on it. Before I put these pieces on, I was able to pull measurement to the top of the frame on both sides. 25 and 11/16, 5/8, something like that. That was my measurement from the floor. It worked before, so that's being maintained right now. And I know I've got it. So that's where it is. I know I am doggone close. I know that. Before anything is welded, I'm gonna do a little bit more pushing and pulling and this, that, and the other, trying to get a little tighter here and there, maybe drop some screws in place. But then I'm gonna start doing things like putting the trunk lid back on. I'm going to get doors. I'm actually going to stop here in a little while. I'll start working on the driver's door. I got some of the parts and pieces for the hinges and stuff in place. So I go ahead and so I can remount these things because I want to put the doors in place. I do have all these measurements, but honestly, if I can put the doors in place, put the trunk in place, I'm going to be happy just seeing all the body lines. They're like, okay, I'm pretty good. The intention is, assuming all that's good, everything. I've already got this panel marked on the bottom side, but mark the rest, the transition panel and the trunk area and stuff. Mark that where it should be against the frame from the bottom side. I can then, you know, I can look underneath there and see where that frame is and line it up to the right place against those holes I was talking about before. Mark that. I could drop some screws in place, hold all that together, get the doors on so they're just body lines are looking good, right? And then, I mean, I should be good. I mean, I'll be able to start putting welds in here, right? In fact, I'm not far. I'm probably, one of the other things I want to do is go ahead and I want to pull these out again and cut some plug weld areas and get this thing cleaned up and right, so that when I put the doors on, I don't really have to pull this back off again. It might be some manipulation or something, but hopefully I don't have to do a lot of pulling around with this car. I'm not going to attach or at least I'm not going to attach both wheel well areas. This side actually, I may go ahead and do, since the tire is off and it's out of my way. You know, I can actually get up in there to get the wheel well work done. But obviously I'm not going to attach the quarters down here. That's not going to happen because I got to do some replacement work on both sides. So that's going to stay loose, but that can stay loose for a decent little amount of time. I mean, not going to be too long, probably 2 or 3 weeks, but that can stay loose right now. It's not, you know, critical that these areas down here, down in this area, get reconnected. It'll be okay. Then I'll get happy getting the frame reattached, especially against the backside here, because then I'll feel better about jacking the car up, probably put the tire back on after I get these welds done. It'll be solid then, right? It'll be pretty daggone solid. I get the supports coming from the package tray back in place. That'll be good. So I'll be pretty good. When I do that, put this tire back on, jack the whole thing up, take this tire off, clean it up over here, weld it, tire back on, then I'm solid again. That's the plan. I mean, that's the plan in a nutshell. But super pumped that this first fit is fitting. Yeah, just take these and bend them back in place and we'll be good. So pretty good right now. I'm really excited to actually see a floor again in my car. I know that much.